Stephen Wonderboy Thompson back on the show. A lot going on in the welterweight division, so I thought, you know what? Let's check in with the nicest MF champion of the universe himself. Stephen, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man. Always a pleasure to be on with you, my friend. Always have a good chat and a good time. So I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely, man. So how's things going in South Carolina? We were talking a little bit off air. You said upstate karate is just bursting at the seams right now. Everybody wants to come in and learn.
Everybody's wanting to come in, man. I mean, we got, kids are coming back. Well, first off, kids are allowed to go to school, I think, twice a week. So when they're not in school, parents, a lot of these parents that are working full time can't be at home all the time. So we have an e-learning thing going on in our gym. So my brother and a bunch of other teachers are there helping them out, opening up at 7 a.m., helping these kids with their homework. They know not to bring me in to help any of these kids with their homework. So I am the gym teacher and the lunch teacher, the two subjects I was the best at in school, gym and lunch. So that's what I do. But yeah, everything's getting back to normal, slowly but surely.
So let me ask you a question, because I'm curious about this, because I had an interesting conversation with my wife about this specifically. So I don't know if you've watched have you watched Cobra Kai yet?
Have I watched Cobra Kai?
Okay.
First off, Karate Kid was one of my all-time favorite movies growing up. And for them to come back, I love it because, the 80s is kind of coming back, right? Like the whole 80s vibe. You got that with Stranger Things. I love the freaking 80s movie. I like the whole 80s vibe it still has. And, not caring what people think about them and just saying what you want to say. It's hilarious. I mean, and it still has kind of like that cheesy, martial arts vibe to it as well. You know what I mean? Kind of like cheesy. And that's what the whole Karate Kid was about growing up, It was cool. It just makes karate cool again. I love it.
Have you seen an uptick in memberships because of that? Because my wife is through the show I think season 2, the 4th time around. She signed up for martial art for Okinawa karate today for a 3-month program. And I was
like, "Are you kidding me?"
I was like, "Oh, you're doing it?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "After watching Cobra Kai, if something happens in the parking lot, I want to be able to kick some butt."
Dude, that is so cool.
I was so happy.
I don't know. We're getting a lot of kids coming in, brand new kids. We literally had 15 new kids started this week. And I got to ask them. It might be because of Cobra Kai, because it's on Netflix now.
Yep.
So I got to ask. Cobra Kai's making karate cool again. I love it, man. And your wife started. That's hardcore.
She starts tomorrow. First class tomorrow night.
I said, kick some behind. All right, train hard.
I will tell her that. So let's talk about you, because there's so much exciting stuff going on in your world. There's a lot going on at 170 pounds, but more importantly than that, how's everything going with you? I guess in your quest to return to fighting whenever that opportunity may arise.
I know, man. Everything's good. Everything's good. My injuries are healed up. It kind of took a weird turn. I ended up I broke my hands my last fight, almost last year. I mean, it's almost been a year since I fought. November, broke my hands. It took forever for them things to heal. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I don't like to think that, but you don't get good circulation in your hands anyway. So it just takes longer to heal. And then, I was looking to make a comeback, May, June, and then COVID hits, and then everything's shutting down. And then I had Chris Weidman come into town. He spent a lot of his camp with us, and he ended up picking me up and dumping me on my freaking head, and I dislocated my collarbone, right? So every time I throw a punch or fall down, my collarbone would kind of rub across my breastplate. It was super painful. And then, but you know what? Everything's fine now. I am on a quest right now. I don't know who I'm going to fight, but I am ready. I am itching at the bits to step back out there and do it again for the fans, for myself, for you, man, for you, and for Cobra Kai.
And for Cobra Kai, that's right. William Zapka needs to see you fight. William Zapka,
exactly.
Johnny Lawrence needs some Wonder Boy right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
So good thing Chris won his fight after dumping you like that.
Oh, I know. And you know what? It's funny because, he starts off the fight moving like me. Everybody always looking like Wonder Boy out there. I'm like, God, please. Because whenever he, I think he lost to Luke Rockhold, he threw a spin kick and everybody blamed me for it. What'd you do? That wasn't my fault. I didn't teach him that. But he started moving around and he kind of reverted back to his the way he normally fights, right? That just grinding mentality, his wrestling. And the guy that he fought was just, He said he was the strongest dude that he has faced. And the guy was huge. He used to fight in my weight class.
Yeah.
I think he got beat by Gunnar Nelson, and he said he was so strong. And of course, that being, it's been a while since he's fought with the neck surgeons and things like that. You kind of get out of the swing of things, and it was kind of like a do or die fight for him. He had to go out there and perform and win this fight. So there's a lot of stress going along with it. But I was very glad to see him go out there with that and beat this guy. You know what I mean? The old Chris Weidman going out there, even though he got tired in the second round, he come back in the third round just gung-ho, like he wasn't even tired. So I'm proud of him, man, for sure. Getting that win, getting that W. And his mind's right. He's now a Southerner.
Yes.
Moved to South Carolina. I don't know if you saw that or not, but he's slowly talking like this. So, yeah, he's living about an hour and 30 minutes away from me. He's still in South Carolina, Fort Mill area, which is in between Charlotte and us. So he's got family in Charlotte, family here, and he wanted to kind of be close enough to both. So he's right smack dead in the middle on the South Carolina side. So
very cool.
I'm glad.
Yeah, now you don't have to go all the way to New York to see him. You just get in the car and drive an hour and a half. It's beautiful.
I know it. I love it. I cannot wait. I'm just going to drive up there this weekend and say, what's up? What's up, y'all? You better open your doors. I'm coming in. I'm coming in. You're not going to get rid of me now.
Say what's up and then get back in the car and go home and just do it like that.
See ya.
So, so much has happened since we last spoke. We spoke right before UFC 251. It was Usman versus Masvidal in the main event. Usman retains his title, and the fight went the way most expected it to, you included. You came on the show and you said, I'm a Masvidal fan all the way because of where it could lead to, but you said, listen, I'm going with Usman. I just feel like his wrestling's going to be too much. What did you make of Usman's performance? And more importantly, I guess, it wasn't viewed very positively amongst the fan base, but a win is a win. You got to defend your title and make that money, right?
Exactly. But the thing is, Usman is not the type of guy to go out and with a spectacular knockout. He's never been that. I think he's got maybe one or two. I'm not sure what his record is, but he doesn't have a whole lot. And he's a wrestler, right? He's a wrestler, and that's what he does best. That's what got him the title. He uses his striking and to get his opponent up against the fence, and he grinds him out, right? And it's he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. Masvidal, I thought he was going to be. I knew Masvidal has made some improvements, and he defended the majority of the takedowns against Usman, which surprised me. Him being a smaller welterweight, he defended the takedowns fairly well. And I know he kind of fatigued there at the end. I know he was coming on to this fight, but kind of last minute. But I thought Masvidal did a spectacular job, a really good job. And I think with a proper camp, he could go out there and really take it to Usman for sure. But I knew Usman was going to go out there and kind of do what it does what he does best. Went out there and grinded him out. But I was surprised for both of them. Usman did exactly what I thought he was going to do. And Masvidal surprised me with how well he defended the takedown. So since then, now we got Covington versus Woodley next week. We got Usman versus Burns at the end of the year. We got Masvidal Diaz 2 likely to happen in January. So there's a lot going on. But one piece of business. I wanted the Masvidal fight. If he won, he's got that power. He could have still just called for it. Win. I was just hoping just for like an upset, just something crazy, another flying knee. But no, it didn't happen. But you know what? I'm not giving hopes up. As of right now, I'm opponentless. I hear Nick Diaz wants to come back. I just threw out there, hey, Nick. Nick. Let's break it down. I welcome you back to the welterweight division with open arms, sir. I would love to, in the nicest way possible, the NMF way, right? And then you got, Leon Edwards, who I think is the scariest dude in the division. I don't care what people are saying. The guy has improved so much with his takedown, his jiu-jitsu. He's out grappling grapplers. You saw what he did to RDA, and he also did the same thing to Vicente Luque. He came into the UFC as striker, and he's a great striker at that. He just gets better every day, and that's a scary guy. You know what I'm saying? He can knock you out. He can take you down as well. So, and those are the fights that I like. I like to fight those kind of guys because it lets me know where I'm at, right? And I love the whole game of trying to figure somebody like that out. Same thing with Rory McDonald. So I think Leon Edwards would be a great fight too. I know he's got his eyes set on the title, which I think he rightfully deserves. You know, he's got more wins than just about anybody in the top 5, you know, back to back. I mean, he's on that crazy winning streak. But I know he's looking for that. I know he wants the Masvidal fight. And you know, I think everybody's got beef with Masvidal except for me. I love Masvidal. I love that guy. But you know, the 3-piece and a soda, you know, he pieced him up with. I know that would be a money fight for sure. But I don't have a fight. He ain't got a fight. Let's make it happen. Nick, I know you want to come back. I'll be ready for November. Let's make it happen. So, and it's kind of up in the air with Nick. I know he said a few years back, or, you know, I think a year or 2 ago, that he was going to come back, but he never did. So I know we did an interview with Arohwani, who said he would never come back, you know, let everybody believe that he's probably never going to come back. But we'll see. I don't know why he would do that weight cut, but he looked great, 175.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, because ever since this news came out, friends of mine who are fans of the sport, friends of mine who are very casual fans of the sport, have all called me, have all texted me, and they said, Nick Diaz is coming back. And I'm like, yeah, so? Like, I'm like, listen, one of my colleagues on one of the shows I host said it beautifully. He goes, the most ironic thing in MMA is that the guy who brought out the term wolf tickets has sold more of them than anybody else in the sport right now. And he's talking about Nick. Do you believe that he's going to come back? Like, was that video enough for you to believe it?
No, I don't think it's enough for me to believe it. You know, I'll believe it when I see it. When it's a set and done fight, then I'll believe it. You know, because he said several times that he's coming back, and you know, yeah, he's a great fighter. He's like GSP. He's a lifelong martial artist. So I know if he does come back, what kind of tricks he's got up his sleeve, or is he going to be the same fighter as he was before? So I'm anxious to see if it's possible. What is something different he's going to bring to the table, because everybody around him, you know, has improved. The game has changed a little bit since the last time he's fought. Has he made the changes as well? But I'll believe it when I see it, my friend.
Yeah, I'm at the point where he needs to be in the octagon, getting introduced by Buffer, and then the door shuts, and then the punches are thrown. And then I'll be like, yes, there he is. He's back. He's officially back.
I'm with you 100%.
I feel like the Edwards fight is a no-brainer. Like, I know you did an interview with the great dudes from Submission Radio. It seemed like you took a different approach kind of in that conversation, but I feel like you and Leon is the fight to make, and I think he kind of agrees with that too. The only other option for Leon is that he waits for Usman versus Burns, but I mean, that could be like March, April of next year. I don't think he wants to wait that long.
I don't think so either. But either way, you know, it's like to the point of where, hey, and I'm kind of been in that situation too. I am right here. I'm this close of winning the title, right? Do I take another fight and possibly lose, right? That will take that chance away. So I know where he's kind of coming from and kind of frustrated. If he does want to fight somebody, he wants a money fight, which is why I think he's calling out Masvidal. Masvidal is like the bee's knees right now. You know, the she is. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You thought I was going to say it. You thought I was going to say it. I got you.
You did.
But, you know, he's the bee's knees right now, and everybody wants to fight him, which is understandable. The guy's been in the game for a long time, and he's busting heads. So, I don't understand that. I don't know. It doesn't make sense for Masvidal to fight Nick again. I mean, Nate. I thought he destroyed Nate. You know, I thought it was a good stoppage. You know, I think if it went on any longer, Masvidal was going to just knock him out cold. You know, I don't understand why they would make that happen again, because he just hands down just dominated him.
Yeah, I agree. I can't believe Leon Edwards versus Masvidal hasn't been booked already. I mean, at this point, like, how can you even sell? Like, you could show the video of the 3-piece in the soda, but I feel like so much time has passed at this point that like you almost have to run it back again in a locker room somewhere around the world to like bring that back out. You know?
Exactly. But he's like right there, so I kind of understand where he's coming from. But you know what? If he wants to stay fresh, if he wants another fight between now and then, I'm here. I'm here, Leon Edwards. If you want to do it, let's do it. I know we're managed by the same management company and things like that, but you know, I respect the guy. I think I've met him maybe one time. I don't think we've ever actually talked to each other, to be honest with you. But super, super high level fighter. I like the guy, to be honest with you. I like the guy. And everybody that I've talked to in a management company, you know, has nothing but good things to say. But yeah, man, if he's looking for a fight, I'm here waiting at the gym at Upstate Karate in South Carolina. in my meditative position, waiting.
Phone's on. The phone is on.
Yeah.
So a few more things. I know Covington versus Woodley's coming up next weekend in Vegas. Tyron's been in a slump, but if there's any fight that this guy's going to get motivated for, it's going to be this one. And from everything that I've heard, Tyron looks like the old Tyron. He looks really good. He brought Masvidal out to St. Louis to help him out.
Yes, I was about to say that.
We haven't seen anything from Colby's side. Like, since this fight was official, he's keeping things quiet. He's keeping things underground. It's an interesting matchup. You've been in there with Tyron for almost an hour in your career. Like, what do you think of this fight?
I am really excited. I'm ready to see my man Tyron Woodley go out there and finish this guy. You got the guys you love to like, and you got your guys you love to hate in the sport. And I think Colby Covington, he's made it himself to be the unlikable guy, right? It was the whole beef of the gyms that he was going to. Him and Masvidal were friends. Now they don't like each other. Now you got Masvidal, the BMF, going up to help Tyron finish Colby Covington. I think it's great. And from what I hear, Tyron is ready to rock. And I think it was kind of an eye-opener. His last fight, and I was watching some interviews and seeing him on Instagram and stuff like that. He was fired up for that as well. He's fired up. And when he went out there, and I think he took that shot in the first round, he kind of went downhill from there. But I think he's rekindled that flame a little bit. And like I said, if you're going to get motivated for a fight, it's going to be a guy like Colby Covington. So I'm excited to see it. I'm rooting for my man, Tyron Woodley. He's 38 years old. He's a year older than me. And that kind of motivates me. Hey, I'm a young 37-year-old. I can still fight the best of them. I'm still improving every day. And I know he is too. So that's who I'm rooting for. I think it's going to be a fun fight. There's going to be some smack, I think, in the octagon, outside the octagon, whatever. But I'm excited for it, for sure.
It's going to be a fun fight weekend. I like hearing you say young 37-year-old because right here with you, buddy. Right here with you.
Are you 37?
37. February of 1983, bro.
Booyah!
So we're close, right? Your February birthday too, right?
February 11th, yeah.
You're a day older than me.
Shut up. You're February 10th.
12th.
What?
February 12th. Yep, you're a day older than me.
Dude. I mean 12, excuse me, 12.
Yeah, kindred spirits in so many ways.
Yeah, let's go. High five.
Boom. One other name I want to get your opinion on is Khamzat Chimaev, because we haven't heard much from him since Fight Island.
How do you say that again? How do you say it?
Khamzat Chimaev.
Khamzat, okay. Pushing him like crazy. And I know he's got, 2 fights booked?
He's got Mearshart next week and then Damian Maia in November.
Wow. I mean, this dude, hey, bro, the way he was out there finished course, I don't know who the guys he was fighting, but the dude's tough, man. He's like a 170 Khabib, right? He's just a grinder. I would love to see how he's going to do against some of the top tier guys, right? Yeah, the UFC is pushing him, but you got to kind of be careful. Yeah, he's very confident, which he's a young guy, and that confidence comes with it. But you also got to look back. These guys are, the UFC can push you a little too fast, and if you're not careful, you could go out there and have that confidence. Next thing you know, with somebody with some really good experience, can put you away. I think the fight with him and Damian Maia was going to be very interesting. 2 grapplers. Yeah, Damian Maia's a lot older, and I think he's kind of coming down from where he was before. Kind of working his way. I think he's got 1 fight maybe left on his contract. I think. Yeah. I'm not sure. 1 fight, and this is it. So hopefully, he'll go out there and we'll see the best of Damian Maia in his last fight. But Khamzat is a tough dude. I don't remember going back and watching his striking. I think he's kind of like Khabib. He uses strikes for the wrestling, right? He uses it to grind his guys out. But interesting to see how he's going to do with these top tier guys. And it's interesting to see how fast the UFC is pushing and how hard they're pushing this guy. So definitely a tough dude, a guy you got to keep your eyes on for sure. Yeah, somebody like me especially,
Yeah, absolutely. The Mearshart fight's super interesting because Mearshart's got like almost 50 fights in his career. He's a tough out. Tough out, man.
And how old is he?
30s, he's in his 30s, low 30s. He's just been super active over the years.
And he's from Russia?
Mearshart is he's like a Wisconsin guy. He's
Wisconsin guy.
He's in St. Louis right now with Woodley. They're finishing up camp together because they're both Rufus Sport guys.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, man, I'm 50 fights. That's ridiculous. 50 MMA fights?
He's got 40. This will be his 45th or 46th fight coming up.
Man, to have that, I mean, that's a lot of MMA fights right there. I came in the game fairly late. I know how brutal this game is. He must be a really just durable guy. Maybe he's dense. I don't know. But I feel like I'm falling apart sometimes. You know what I mean? I have to translate, my hip, my collarbone. But hey, man, good for him, dude. I'm glad to see him. Hopefully he goes out there and makes the guy work. Just makes him work. Make him think twice and kind of humble him a little bit. I like to see guys with, I like to see with confidence, but not over the top confidence. And you like to see those guys get humbled a little bit. But can't take this guy lightly.
No.
Oh.
Last thing before we let you go, you give me a few more minutes than I asked you for. I appreciate that very much.
Friend.
How hard did you laugh when you saw that? Think 2020 has been hard for you. Look what it's done for Wonder Boy, and it was a picture of a crying Ellen.
Bro, I laughed so hard. For a second there, I did the double take. I'm like, what? Wait, that's not me? What the? I thought it was me for a second, like a terrible picture. I laughed so hard, man. And then I reposted it, and it got crazy. It was hilarious, man. I think it went viral there for a second. But, yeah, I laughed so hard. Because, it's funny because it's kind of, I mean, if you look at me, if you look at it like this, it maybe look like me. But, my gosh, Ellen DeGeneres, I thought it was hilarious. Whoever put that together, I need to, high five them or something. I thought it was funny, man.
Virtual high five if you're watching right now.
Yeah, virtual high five if you're watching.
Oh, by the way, where can we find all of your wonderful YouTube videos?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Check it out. And we got some really cool ones coming up. I did one last week. It was UFC fighter against a taser. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
I haven't watched it yet, but it's bookmarked.
Check it out. It's awesome. It's awesome. UFC fighter versus taser, a lot of fun. But, I break down fighters. I break down my techniques for people who are fans. And I have mindset videos as well. Go check it out. It's Stephen Wonderboy Thompson on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. And you guys can, I'm on Instagram, Wonderboy MMA, Twitter, Wonderboy MMA, Facebook, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. So come and check me out. That's all I got to say. And, of course, this guy right here, obviously, thank you for everything, man. I always love chatting with you.
Yeah, man, crazy times in the world. A lot happening in this wonderful sport of ours, and hopefully you can get right back in the mix sooner rather than later, man. November, that's what we want, right? November we're circling?
That's what we want. We're looking at November. That's the plan.
Always a pleasure, man. Thank you for the time as always.
Anytime, my brother. You have a good one.